When Steve Jobs first introduced the iPhone in 2007, the whole world assumed that America alone would write the future of mobile phones. Samsung moved ahead, followed by Google a few years later. But no one could have imagined then that one day a country, China, would capture the lion's share of this market. Today we will know how China has completely changed the map of the mobile industry in just a decade and a half. From Excel factory to the world's top brand, this is the story of the entire journey. What was happening in China's mobile market in the late 2000s is what many call the Shanghai era. Small factories were making phones that looked like iPhones, had menus like Nokia series, and looked like Samsung. The price was less than half. These were actually copycat products. The quality was very poor, but the demand was huge. Because for poor Chinese buyers, it's not the brand that matters, but the cheap price. It was at this time that the Chinese government made a big decision. Not made in China, but created in China. Massive investment in R&D began. The year was 2011. Silicon Valley was still dominated by Apple. Suddenly, China's first smartphone brand, Xiaomi, emerged. The Americans laughed. They said it was just a copy of the iPhone. But what Xiaomi did was revolutionary. They sold it online, saved costs by not spending on advertising, and kept the price close to 1/3 of the iPhone. The biggest contributors to this were two Chinese chip companies, MediaTek and Spreadtrum. They began making processors so cheaply that even small factories could produce their own branded phones. By 2013, the number of smartphone users in China exceeded the total population of the United States. The real backbone of China's mobile revolution is the supply chain. One place, the city of Shenzhen. From just one city, you can get everything from phone screws to camera lenses, batteries, and even the components to make a complete phone within 24 hours. Let me give you an example. If Apple wants to make a screw for an iPhone, it takes 2 weeks in America. It takes 2 hours in Shenzhen. The cost is 1/10. Taking advantage of this advantage, OnePlus, Vivo, Oppo, Realme, all of them quickly bring new models to the market. While Samsung brings out a phone once every 12 months, Chinese companies bring it out every 4 months. This is called fast fashion mobile. Huawei is the biggest star in the Chinese mobile industry. In the beginning, they were just a network equipment company. Around 2018, Huawei's smartphone division became so strong that it began to rival Samsung and Apple. The biggest innovation is the camera. While others were satisfied with 2 lenses, Huawei brought 5 lenses. The night mode was so improved that it was called the DSLR killer. Such success scared America so much that they imposed sanctions on Huawei. Google shut down its services. Has Huawei been stuck? No. They created their own operating system, Harmony, and brought their own chip, Kirin. Even today, they are the world's #3 phone maker. The most interesting thing is that the iPhone, the most expensive phone in the Western world, is also made in China. Tim Cook once said, "We can make phones in the United States, but then we won't have enough engineers to make those screws." About 90% of iPhones are made in factories run by Foxconn and Pegatron. Both are Taiwanese companies, but their factories are in China. 500,000 phones are produced every day at Foxconn in Zhengzhou alone. As a result, China's efficiency has increased so much that when it comes to phone production costs, China still has to compete with other countries. China has now entered a new field. Xiaomi is no longer just a phone company. They make scooters, air purifiers, chairs, pens, you name it. Their ecosystem is the cheapest and most diverse in the world. China's goal now is to become the new leader in not just mobile, but the entire tech industry. China's success was no coincidence. It was the result of patience, investment, and the sweat of millions of engineers.